Hello, my Aqua babies. This message and reading is for the collective. This message is strictly for people who want to get back with their ex, or they've been thinking about their ex-spouse, ex-partner. So let's see what comes out. I had done one for divine masculine and feminine. I've also done one for singles. So this is strictly for those who, want to stay in touch or thinking of perhaps getting back with an ex-partner. And again, so if you're not looking to get back with an ex, this may not be for you. You could check out the other readings. Okay, let's see what messages pop up. Three of Swords. So perhaps this last partnership definitely ended in heartbreak, maybe due to a third party situation. This is a partner that you have had either known for a while, perhaps maybe since you were a child, someone from the neighborhood, someone that perhaps even has known of your family. So there's been that constant contact with them, or perhaps you guys still live within, for some of you, one of my guides said, for some of you, even walking distance from this person. And again, because it's a collective reading, if that's not the case, it just may mean that you have had past lives with this significant person. Right now, it seems that this person may have wanted at one time to kind of go into calmer waters. There is something a little bit chaotic at their end still. Okay. They're still dealing with some chaotic energy. There's also some sort of money issues. For some of them, they may even be displaced, probably from their home. Maybe have lost a job. There's a lot of stuck energy, a lot of stagnant energy with this person, okay? There may have been a time where you felt like you had to fight for this person's attention, okay? It may have been you were one of many, maybe one of three, okay? Again, with the Three of Swords. It may have seemed that there was a lot of people vying for this person's attention, and no matter what you did, it just didn't seem to come into a better standing for you. It didn't, wasn't a fruitful relationship. There were moments where you felt like things were growing, and then you would hit a standstill or a wall. What messages do you have for the collective, please? What messages do you have for the collective, please? So for a lot of you, you thought or you were hoping that this relationship would end in marriage. For some of you, this relationship, perhaps you were married to this person and then they cheated, okay? But they quickly realized that the person they cheated with was only after perhaps their money or some sort of something that they could provide for this person. This person feels like they're exhausted and that they need to rest. They're, they're thinking about things that happened in the past. It weighs on them very heavily, especially at night. There was a lot of miscommunication in this relationship as well. And they were not willing to give of their heart, okay? It seemed like they were more willing to give of their money than their heart. Perhaps this person has some childhood wounding regarding putting themselves in a position of vulnerability when it comes to their emotions. So the way they sort of show their emotions is through giving of things, okay? What messages do you have for the collective, please? What messages do you have for the collective, please? Yeah. For a lot of you, and of course, this may not be for everyone. For a lot of you, you were breadcrumbed, okay? Although you tried really hard to attain this with this person, they were consistently breadcrumbing you, okay? For a lot of you, you may have had a home with this person, and although superficially everything seemed beautiful, you may have had the money, you may have had the home, but the emotional aspect of the relationship was basically shit. There was a lot of breadcrumbing. This person also very materialistic, okay? It was an all show. But I have to tell you that it seems that there may have been an aspect of maybe a little bit of a magic spell work in the mix, okay? And magic doesn't always mean like, you know, there's witches and things like that. It could just mean a lot of like gossiping and people getting involved in your business and so forth. But you have come ahead in this, okay? You have come ahead, you have blossomed, you have made a stable, you have found a stable place for yourself, something that's fruitful for yourself. You have grown as a person. You have, you know, healed your wounds to the point where you are not only financially stable, emotionally stable, but you have turned into a completely different person. You're able to be more in control of your thoughts and emotions. You're able to kind of look at this situation now more logically than you did before, okay? You're no longer the fool. You're more in your logic. You're able to see that this, you know, this was a hard learning lesson and you are stable. And because of that, the universe is granting you gifts. Yeah, this had left you, and probably him, you know, I say him because we both have male and female energies, and it looks like a male in the picture. This may have left you very, very wounded, okay, very wounded. There were words, thoughts, probably for months, some of you even for years, where you dealt with this this anger and anguish. Okay. So For some of you, what you've been wanting out of this closure, it is that, just closure, okay? For some of you, you want some justice because obviously the way things ended. For some of you, my guides are saying that you are crying over spilled milk, okay? That's not me. That's what they're saying, that, you know, they have provided you with plenty of gifts, including perhaps two opportunities to seek love, but for some of you, you're still looking at what you have left behind. And that's easier said than done. You know, closure is something that a lot of us look for in order to move forward. And for a lot of us, and I include myself in that too, it's very hard to sort of close that emotional wound unless you hear those words. So even though the universe has provided you with one or two or 10 opportunities to move forward, unless you actually hear that person say, I'm sorry, for some of us that may be a little bit difficult, okay? And I completely understand that. But the universe has, you know, is providing opportunities for you to move forward, okay? Yeah. And for a lot of you, you feel like this person, you know, this person provided us, even though there was a lot of hurt, they did provide a certain amount of joy and a certain amount of zest in your life that you perhaps feel that you lost due to, you know, this entire emotional chaos that, you know, they sort of sprung up on you. A lot of you feel like, you know, this was something that, you know, you didn't see coming. For some of you, you sort of, you know, if it was something that, for some of you, you kind of knew it was happening. For a lot of you, you didn't, okay? For some of you, this has provided you a lot of inner wisdom. All right, a lot of inner wisdom, and you're able to rely on your intuition. For some of you, this catapulted you to work harder, not just on yourself, but, you know, work harder for your own stability. My guides are saying that this was a test and a lesson in order for you to sort of not just grow, but to strengthen your own inner wisdom and to strengthen your own financial stability. So that way you're not relying on other people, okay? So it was more of, you know, unfortunately, you know, the universe kind of puts you on these chaotic lessons, but it also provides certain gifts that you may not have had before. Intuition, inner strength, okay, stability, and financial stability. You know, stability in a home, financial stability, and more sense of self-worth, okay? So let's see what other messages pop up. Let's look at these oracles. Okay, they're telling me to go here. Okay. All right, these are the love oracle cards. Okay, so let's see what these messages have to say. What messages do you have for the collective? What messages do you have for the collective, please? What messages do you have for the collective, please? Change. So regeneration, growth, and metamorphosis and cycles, okay? So for a lot of you, this has caused some change, and perhaps the other person is changing too. Fear, afraid, uneasy, suspicion, and scare. So for some of you, you know, this may have caused some fear in, you know, relationships, or perhaps maybe you're not trusting of yourself in certain situations. For a lot of you, this was a toxic relationship. So for a lot of you, there was a lot of misunderstandings. There was codependency, a lot of fighting, okay? And this has left you in major crossroads, okay? So, you know, now you have a choice, and you may be a little bit indecisive on what to do. Should you move forward? Should you stay where you're at? Should you stay single? So this is probably causing a fear of you know, moving forward. For a lot of you, feel like this may be due to unfinished business. So perhaps you and your past partner have a habit of getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, and you feel, or they may feel, like there's still a lot of things left unsaid and things that need to be worked out, okay? There's some need for truth and clarity still in this relationship, okay? And for a lot of you, for those of you obviously who are thinking of returning to this person, if things are healthy and are worked on, this may lead to marriage, okay? Again, it's not for everyone, but it is for some of you. And for some of you, this will, you know, you probably will end it there. All right? So let's see what other messages will pop up for you. Okay, they're telling me. All right, let's put these down. They're telling me to pick the other oracle cards. What other messages do you have for the collective, please? What other messages do you have for the collective, please? And again, if it was a toxic relationship, if it was something that, you know, this person was emotionally and physically, or, you know, mentally abusive, please, you know, do yourself a favor and walk away for good. You know, no one should be put in a position where, you know, it's extremely unhealthy and unsafe. What messages do you have for the collective, please? What messages do you have for the collective, please? What messages do you have for the collective, please? Okay. I couldn't let you get close to me, and I look for you everywhere. So this person may, I feel like this person has a lot of childhood and, you know, wounds that they're still working on, okay? Like I said initially, you know, emotionally, they might not be able to give of themselves so freely. And this is why financially they tend to give to others, because that's the only way they know how. What messages do you have for the collective, please? What messages do you have for the collective, please? What messages? All right. I'm starting to understand our connection. So for some, you know, your counterpart may be doing some, you know, some thinking about the past, and they may be kind of going within and trying to understand where things went wrong. and I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. So for a lot of you, even for your past person, they may be turning to spirit to figure things out, okay? Which is great because, you know, it's going to help with your intuition. It's going to help with your growth as a person, and it will guide you as well. So a lot of you need to listen for that guidance, you know, your spirit guides, you know, giving you the heads up on this situation. What messages do you have for the collective, please? What messages do you have for the collective, please? The butterfly. Evolving and growth, next phase. Healing inner child and releasing the past. Okay, so for a lot of you, you're still growing. You know, like I said, perhaps your person or even yourself, you still may have wounds that you need to heal. Okay. Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, struck by love. So for a lot of you, you know, you may be able to put this behind you and find someone new. Or you may be able to reconnect with that past person and, you know, start anew. Poker face. Taking a chance, risks and options, not showing your hand. Okay, so for a lot of you, you may, you know, there was something in one of the cards that they don't react when they, you know, when someone else brings you up. So this person does, you know, they may have a poker face every time your name gets brought up in conversation. And for a lot of you, you've been dealing with this pattern for a very, very long time. You've been dealing with the silent treatment. You've been dealing with, you know, this toxic connection and this separation. And you know that it's time to kind of cut this cord. And for a lot of you, the relationship is over. There are no second chances. You have grown past this toxic pattern. And for some of you, you know, addiction and codependency has led to the breakdown of this relationship. For a lot of you, you know that your partner was seduced by another person and they were attracted to this person. They were hooking up with other people. There was a third party involved, and you know, it just led to being frustrated, self-sabotage. You know, you ended up feeling like you were not enough in this relationship, that you were a key on a ring. Okay, so there was a lot of cheating, a lot of third-party situations, and you know, this person, they fell and they made you feel like you were just an option, not a true partner. Okay, finally, can you provide the collective with some advice? Can you provide some clarity and some advice, please? New beginnings. So there are new beginnings, you know, just right around the corner. They want you to take a step forward and just trust in yourself and trust in the guidance that they have provided for you. There's new hope. Okay, so they want you to remain hopeful that the situation will get better. And you're going to be triumphant. Okay, you are going to be triumphant. You need to kind of get out of your head, like get out of your way. Okay. So this is going to provide you some material harvest, okay? Material harvest could be maybe a better job, more financial stability, okay? Maybe a new way of providing for yourself and for your family. And again, victory and success. So even though this has been a very, very tough lesson emotionally, I think it also has provided you with some gifts and a bit of hope that things will look much brighter once you kind of go through this emotional, chaotic period, okay? There's going to be a new beginning. There's going to be some challenges, but for the most part, your guides are saying to remain hopeful, and you're going to be triumphant, okay? You're going to be triumphant, and you're going to be victorious. So at the end of the day, you know, although tough, you know, it's going to provide wonderful new things for you. So I hope this message resonated. Please hit share and subscribe.